So, oh, there's another case I didn't think of actually. Is what if the array is empty? Yoink! There's nothing in the array, right? So maybe I should think about that one. Well, if there's nothing at all in the array, okay, so well, there's a couple of cases I have to worry about. There's nothing at all in the array, or the matching number is not in the array, right? In either case, I have to worry about the size of the array, right? So we need some kind of a test in here actually, because this while, if what I have right now in here, the only test I have is to check to see if we have a match with the lot number. But if there is no match, this loop will never finish. This is going to be an infinite loop, right? So we need to stick another condition in here, which is we need to see if we're at the end of the loop, right? So we can stick an AND in here. And the way we can check that is we can see if I, because I is getting incremented each time, if I is less than the size of the array, right? I has to be less than the size of the array, right? If there's 4 things in the array, then the 4 things are numbered 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so at most I could only be 3. So I always has to be less than the size of the array. So if that's true, okay, so now we made sure we don't have an infinite loop. So that takes care of what if the lot. Okay, so what if we don't have a match, and what if the array is empty? Well, okay, so let's see. So if we don't have a match, well, think about it. If we went through the whole list, right? And let's think about this. If we went through the whole list and we didn't get a match, so there's 4 things in the list, and we looked at 0, 1, 2, and 3. So the last time we checked and we said 3. Oh, 3 is still less than 4. 3 is still less than the size. But now we increment it again, so now it's 4. So we went all the way through, and I got to be the size. I got to be the same as the size of the lot. So if I ever gets to be the same as the lot size, then that means we've gone too far. We're off the end of the array, and we haven't found anything. So one check we can put in here is if I is greater than or equal to lots dot size, right? I is greater than or equal to lots dot size. Okay. Now, what if the original, so this means we didn't find a match, right? Well, what if the size of the array is 0? That's our other thing we needed to check on, right? So we took care of this case. What if the lot with the matching lot number is not in the array? We covered that one. Okay, so the way we covered it was we added this check here in our while loop, and then we added this test at the end to check and see. After we got out of the while loop, we added this check to see if I got to be too big, right? Well, what if the array is empty? Well, let's think about that one. Well, if the array is empty, we start out with I being equal to 0, right? 0 and we, before we even go into this loop, before we do anything with I, we do this test here. Is 0 less than 0? Because if there's nothing in the array, then lots.size is going to be 0. Well, 0 less than 0, that's false, so we never increment I. So I always stays the same. So this same test is going to work because 0 is greater than or equal to 0, right? So that's true. So that takes care of this case. You know what? We don't have to worry about that one now. All right, and let's see. So I think we're pretty close. In fact, I think the way we want to do it is make it an if-else. If I is less than size, then that means we found it. We found a match. And then otherwise we can do the else bit. Okay, so so the else bit is going to be return null, right? And the found a match bit is going to return. Then our I, it tells us what we need, so it's going to return lots get I. Okay, so this is the basic idea. There's some you want to still have the print lens and the messages and stuff that you need. But so I'll let you add those in. But this is the basic shell. Okay, so this should get you most of the way there. And then if you still have questions, go ahead and shoot me another email.